YouTube, what's happening? Big Felon checking in. Y'all know the channel, Felon with Firearms. But before we get started, y'all see this here, man. Y'all go show some love to the new YouTube channel, Road Dog Bullets. Listen, we got Frenchies, we got EBs, and we got bullets. We confirming 2 litters right now. We confirming the pregnancy of our English Bulldogs, and we confirming the pregnancy of our bullets. So please, man, y'all go show some love and support to the channel and subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share that. And stay tuned for that heat we dropping. But on to what we here for. New Jersey. That's right. Told y'all I got y'all. I got some information for y'all, man. I think it's complete. I think it's fine. I think it's exact. So let's get into it. New Jersey Firearm Rights Relief. Section F. A person convicted in any jurisdiction of specific violent crime may not purchase, own, possess, or control any firearm. See New Jersey Stat and 2C 39-7. A person convicted of any crime or a disorderly person offense involving an act of domestic violence as defined in Section 3 of PL 1991, C261, whether or not armed with or possessing a weapon at the time of such offense, will be denied a handgun permit and firearms purchaser identification card. Listen, according to 2C 58-3, Section C1, and 2C 58-4, Section C, a person may apply to the governor for restoration of civil rights or privileges through a pardon. So a person may apply to the governor for restoration of civil rights or privileges through a pardon, other than disqualification from public office by impeachment. A governor, listen here, according to Site Code 2A 167-5, a governor's pardon can also restore firearm rights. That's right here. 2A 167-5, a governor's pardon can also restore firearm rights. See New Jersey Constitution Article, I think that's 5-2. But, listen to this, it's very important. But a certificate of rehabilitation does not. So, with that being said, I'll still get a certificate of rehabilitation, but that's not going to get you your gun rights back. It's just going to add evidence and add proof to your rehabilitation. So still shoot for it, but don't think because you got that, that is going to restore your rights. So, again, the governor's pardon can also restore firearm rights. So let's look down here, pardon practices, policies and practices. Who has the authority? The power to pardon is vested in the governor, except in cases of treason and impeachment. The Constitution allows for the creation of a commission to assist and advise the governor on pardons, but no such single proposal panel exists. So, the creation of a commission is the Board of Pardon and Paroles. On or before March 1st of each year, the governor shall report to the legislation each reprieve, pardon, or commutation granted, stating the name of the conviction person, the crime for which the person was convicted, the sentence imposed, its date of the pardon, and the reason for granting. The process. The governor may refer applications for pardon to the New Jersey State Parole Board for investigation and recommendation. But the board's recommendation is not binding on the governor, so meaning he don't have to take that recommendation. So even if they tell you no, he ain't got to take that recommendation. He can go against it or opposite if they tell you yes. So the parole board composed of 15 members appointed by the governor with the advice and consent of the Senate of a 6-year term. Boop, 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 boop. Eligibility. No formal eligibility requirements. Federal and out-of-state offenders are not eligible for gubernatorial pardon. So it says no formal eligibility requirements. So I mean, basically, if you free and clear your everything in regards to your charge, your fines, your restitution, probation, you know what I'm saying? Once you free of those things, then you can put this practice in. You can put this form in. So let's head over to the actual, the pardon form, the executive application for clemency. And I'm going to give y'all a link to this so that y'all can have this as well. But you can see it up here, but I'm going to add it in there. So, State of New Jersey, petition for executive clemency. Please answer all the questions fully and print legibly. In the event that the form do not provide sufficient space for any answer, attach additional sheets and number your answers accordingly. So, New Jersey State Parole Board, Clemency Unit, P.O. Box 862, Trenton, New Jersey 08625. Note, this note is highlighted and is important. I put emphasis on this in every video for every state. It will be helpful. I'm going to say it will be indispensable, absolutely necessary if you support this petition with documentations. Copies of high school diploma, college transcripts, marriage license, proof of employment, proof of citizenship, recommendation letters, certificates from trade school, anything that you did to add substance to yourself, add it into your pardon, man. Add it to your petition or your pardon, because this is what you're going to use to provide evidence that you are rehabilitated. All right? So let's go through some of the general information. Of course, they're going to your name, your address, your telephone number. If you are represented by an attorney or a third party, please indicate whom. And the type of executive clemency sought. You know, for people trying to get their gun rights back, you're going to click pardon. You know, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to pardon ourselves from the disabilities from the criminal offense. And the reason for you seeking clemency, you know, it's a multitude of reasons. So don't just say, for your gun rights, unless that's really the only reason. You know, if you got the support and evidence that show you did everything else, put it. I'm seeking clemency to restore my Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to explain briefly why you should be granted your Second Amendment. And that's where you would put emphasis on all your accolades, all them supporting documents that I mentioned earlier, the reference letters, the diplomas. Put emphasis on yourself. Butter yourself up. Let them know that you are a responsible, proactive, productive citizen, that you are giving back to to society since your release from incarceration. You know what I'm saying? This is where you're going to put your argument in. And them 3 lines is not enough. So this is where you would letter your separate sheet of paper, question 4, put the question on there, state briefly why you believe you should be granted at the top of that paper, and let them have it. Make yourself and your accolades so good, explain it so great in your own words that, they don't want to deny you. Come down a little further, general information, date of birth, place of birth, county, social security number, driver's license, SBI number, whether you're a citizen or not, are you presently under an order of deportation or deportation proceedings, do you have an immigrant detainer? They want to know about citizenship. And for each member of your family, give the following information. They ask about immediate family, brothers, sister, mom, dad. That's it. They want to know a little bit about your family history. Your parents, are they separated, divorced, highest level of education, were you ever married, the status of your marriage, what courts you went to in order to deal with the legalities of your marriage status, your relationship status. Do you have children? You got to give up a little information about your children, jobs that you have held, and giving the following information regarding each position, employer, positions, dates, salary, things of that nature. Religious affiliation. You know us. Religious affiliation. Church, provide names, address, social clubs, fraternal groups. Have you served in the Air Force? The branch, the place, entry, rank, identification number, your status of discharge, how they recognize you by the Veterans Administration. If you do describe a degree, the degree of your disability, indicate the amount of financial benefits you receive per month. Records, arrest. It lists each time you were arrested, whether a conviction was the result of it. They want to know, because they asking about negative encounters, and for those who just petition the courts, that's why I wanted it in one of your bullets. You put emphasis on you had no negative encounters since your release of incarceration, since the circumstances of your crime. So this is what they want to know, and they are going to be passing judgment based off of this. So hopefully you guys, have stayed out of trouble. But arrest date, location of court, the sentence, the crimes, etc. The instance of incarceration in a correctional facility. If you've had any altercation, list each instance of incarceration in the correctional facility. Oh, they just want to know what facility you were located at, the day you entered, the day you released. Have you ever appealed a conviction or a sentence which you are seeking clemency? What was the disposition, the docket, the courts? What was the results of the appeal? Are any appeals currently pending? What jurisdiction? Have you ever filed a motion of post-conviction relief? Have you ever applied for an expungement? List the instance of parole or probation, including pretrial and PTI. Your type of supervision, the date of supervision, the district, and your final discharge from supervision. List each instance of basically violation of parole and probation. They do count against you, so hopefully you did what you had to do and got up off it. They want to know if you have dealt with any domestic incidents. Do you have any open pending court matters right now? Anything. Child support, custody, pending criminal charges, pending civil charges. Have you ever been hospitalized or treated for psychological disorder, any mental institutions, any history related to alcohol or drug abuse? And it even asks here, have you ever sold drugs? Amount of money spent on drugs, the age you started using. Have you ever received treatment for alcohol or drug addiction? Did you successfully complete the program? Did the court ever order treatment? Have you returned to active drug addiction? Have you relapsed? Have you ever participated in any programs for drug use during incarceration? List any other institutional programs you are currently participating in or completed during present confinement. And I hope you guys kept up with these things, because what you don't know, and what I encourage you all to do, is every program that you successfully completed and got a certificate for, if you have those present day, when you apply for this pardon, you can put that in your argument as well, because that let them know that rehabilitation didn't start for you post-release. You know what I'm saying? You ain't start trying to get your life together once you came home. You started while incarcerated, because truthfully, incarceration is supposed to be a place for rehabilitation. So if you went inside, utilize your time wisely, 3 programs completed it successfully, you can state that in your argument. Rehabilitation ain't start for me outside. It started inside. I utilized my time wisely and I completed A, B, and C. Have you previously applied for the governor of New Jersey for an executive clemency? Yes or no? The details on it. What else? If the petition for a pardon attached testimony, letters of support addressed to the governor from at least 2 persons who have knowledge of your community adjustment during the past 2 years, if possible, who are aware of the crimes for which clemency is sought, or attach a statement explaining why you cannot furnish such testimonies. If the petition is for commutation of sentence, testimonies are not required. So this is for those seeking pardon, man. If you are seeking a pardon, try to get some reference letters from people who know you before the crime and after the crime, and who could speak highly or, give good character testimony for you. Your signature, notary public are authorized to take this, get it notarized. It is your responsibility to notify our office of any changes in your address or telephone number, and to whom it may concern. Your name, that you submit your application for executive clemency. It's your responsibility to get it in. And I did find some other information I'm going to add to this, and I'm going to add it to y'all, to the link so that you all can have it. A certificate of good conduct is something that I would try to obtain, because again, it just provides more information of your your rehabilitation. Is another piece of ammunition that you can add to your pardon. So with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna attach these links, get this information to y'all, and please, man, share this information with your peers, and don't forget, most importantly, prove prosperous. Big Felon checking out. And don't forget, man, go subscribe. Please go subscribe to Road Dog Bullets. I'm gone.